Hey everyone, this is Hesha. Welcome to India Today. I'm in conversation with a woman who I personally love and adore, not just for the actress that she is, but also for the human being. I've met her once and this is the second time that I'm meeting her, but well, I'm putting her in spotlight. Welcoming here on India Today, none other than Shriya Saran.
Hi.
Hello. I'm meeting you exactly after a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
And things have changed from then to now, even for me. I want to know what has changed for you from then to now in the last 1 year.
It's been beautiful to come back and get back to work, and Radha is growing, and every day is full of miracles, and it's beautiful. It's lovely that there's so much work is happening in films, and after COVID, it's just lovely because I met you literally kind of after COVID. Yeah. So this is good to be able to be mask free.
Yes, to be.
And it's great for people like you, so we can see your dimply smile.
Oh, how sweet. Sure, after working for such a long time in the industry and being a pan-Indian actress, tell me, are you somebody who's extremely critical about her work even right now?
Absolutely, very critical. Like I see my work and I'm like, why did I do this? Why am I wearing so much makeup? Or I could have done it better. Or this is not nice, this is not nice. Like always, forever critical.
What's that one particular, project that you worked on that did not just evolve you as an actor, but also sort of touched you so much as a human being that you learned so much from there?
So Midnight Children helped me a lot because I had to I wasn't getting the role at all. And so Midnight Children helped me a lot because I wasn't getting Parvati at all. And then Deepa Mehta told me that you have to go work in a slum. So I had to go work in a slum for like a while. It was fun. And I had to write emails to her every day. I was trying to talk to people over there, and nobody was really talking to me the first few days. And then one lady said that if you don't drink tea and if you don't eat my food with me, why will I talk to you? And for us, what really matters is somebody comes home, it's like how do we finish the conversation and when are they leaving so we can eat.
So I was asking you, is there a particular role that you played that did not just evolve you as an actor but also as a person?
Parvati Midnight Children was very difficult because Parvati was very different from everything and anything I'd done till then. And so Deepa Mehta said that, to understand Parvati, you have to work in slums. So I worked in slums in Bombay. And that was fun because so I went as a journalist, and as an artist and different things. If you go as an actor, it's why? And so there was a lady who I wanted to talk to because she was old and she was from Shikti. She was like a very old lady and 80-year-old or so, I still remember. And her daughter kind of remembered stories from how India was after 20 years after partition.
Oh.
That was my story. And it was interesting because I was wanting to talk to her, but she wasn't ready to talk to me. And she said I would go sit with her, sit in her house, and she wouldn't talk. She said, I have work. And so I asked her finally, why you're not talking to me? And she said, you come to my house, you want to know my story, but you don't want to have my chai, you don't want to have my food. Why will I talk to you? And it was such a contrast because in my house, normally everybody's house, you're waiting for people to leave after the conversation is over. कि भैया चले जाएंगे तो हम खाना खाएंगे, अपना हम लंच करेंगे, हम चाय पी लेंगे, चाय पिला देते हैं, खाना दे देते हैं. For them, आपने हमारे साथ खाना नहीं खाया और आप मेरी कहानी जानना चाहते हो, ये कैसे हो सकता है? So they sat down with her, she gave me rice. She said, हाथ से खा लोगी? हाँ. Till I didn't eat her rice and I didn't eat her dal, till I didn't have her chai, she didn't talk to me.
Tell me, does it bother you when you're often questioned about things like ageism in the industry, sexism that goes on, gender pay disparity? Because these are things which actually do exist. But why are such questions only directed to women is something that I have an issue with, and I want to know, what do you think about this?
Well, I mean, there are very few actresses who are paid more than the male counterpart. So similar or same or whatever you say. It's just how it is. Women are always paid less. Can I fight for it? It's a long battle. Everyone, and there's, in some way or the other, everyone's talking about it. And I feel as long as we are like together and fighting, will change, but it's gonna take a long time. Because when I started working in films, there used to be just me and my hairdresser, there were 2 women in the whole set. There were there was nobody else. And then we started having costume department, having more women. Then there are different departments. But still, like, very recently you have women in the camera department, right? Like women who are producing, women who are directing. And up until there are more women behind the camera than in front, it will not change. Because you can have a female-centric film, but then people who are doing the business are not women. They won't really change. And I don't think there's a female-centric film. It's a good film or a bad film. So when you take an airplane, you don't say it's a male-centric airplane or a female-centric airplane, you know. It'll change slowly when you have equal amount of women directors as men directors, male directors. 99% of the time around the world, the best director, most of the nominees are men. Most of the nominees for producers are men. There are few people who have changed the story. It filled my heart with pride when you had a woman getting an Oscar from India for being a producer. And I feel, of course, for me that really, I think, kind of gave wings to a lot of women to dream, to just believe. And the story is about an elephant, it's not about a woman. Was it a female elephant? Yeah, okay, it didn't really matter. But what mattered is who's behind the camera, a lot more. And of course, there are a lot of women who have changed the narrative, and like, for instance, small things like actresses like Kareena Kapoor, Alia, and they all started, Kajol started acting after having children. Shabana Azmi did that before, Shamina Tagore did that before. But there was a gap where for like 20 years, women just didn't do. You had to figure out when you'll have children or when you'll get married, because it's not cool to be married and have children. But of last 10 years, that's changed drastically. And your work doesn't get affected by this. And I think that's a refreshing change. Is that a change enough? No, it's not. There are bigger battles to be won. And this is just the beginning. But what we're aiming at and what we need to achieve is huge. Because, often I'm asked by women journalists as to how do you manage work and child? Yeah. And I'm like, I'll answer that once you ask the same question to a man, to a male actor. Because I don't understand why that's always asked, why that question is always directed towards us. Having said that, yes, a mother's job is extremely important and it can't be replaced, and so is a man's job, raising a child. And yes, I understand that a lot needs to be done by a woman, but also by a man. But your man is never asked that question, but a woman is always asked, and she's always supposed to take the back step and take care of the child. So I think that, and it's slowly changing, and I feel maybe 10 years from now or 20 years from now, Radha will not be asked that question. I think that'll be a huge change.
What are the particular cliches that you've heard as an actress that you just went like, why?
Many, like female-centric films. First of all, I don't understand what is that. It's a good film or a bad film. Yeah. But you need that one good script where it's a good writing and it's written well for anybody to do well, whether it's a heroine or a hero. But yes, I'm told that it's easy to sell a film when it's a big hero. A lot of times, you want to know the story, you're too demanding. You want a narration, you're very demanding. Read the script, and if you don't read the script, the narration sometimes, a lot of times, is just given from your point of view. आपका रोल क्या है? अरे but पूरी फिल्म में क्या story है वो तो they don't want to tell. You should be grateful that you're working now. You should be grateful that you're given work after you have a child. And I'm like, huh? But I am grateful that I am here to begin with. I'm grateful that I'm able to work, and I'm grateful for everything. But pointing it like that, I think it's not fair. After a certain age, you don't get roles. You have to like shift from one kind of role to another kind of role, which is a given even for anybody. But just to say that you don't get roles. So yeah, stuff like that, I do not understand why they say that. And also, I think a lot of times you just get, you need to be a thin, you need to be a certain kind of body type, or putting us in. And I think that goes for both men and women both.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on having a certain kind of body and appearance and stylist and how you're photographed and pictures, and there's so much pressure. Like after 2-3 months, I feel like I need to detox, and every PR I tell them, they're like, what's wrong with you? Why do you need to detox? Because it's just like you have to look a certain way, your makeup, your hair, your eyelashes, your oh god, it's just too much. Sometimes you just don't want to do it. But then you're told that, oh, but you're not visible, you're not seen. That whole idea of being visible and seen, I find it very demanding, and I find it very tiring to be spotted. But we haven't seen you anywhere, so we didn't even know that you existed. We're like forgotten. I'm like, huh?
What?
Yeah.
That's too harsh and
That's
not,
too harsh.
not required at all.
That's too
Like,
harsh.
that doesn't mean I'm going to be packed at every event or be at every red carpet.
That's harsh, but that's how it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked you this question, because these are some crazy cliches.
Yeah,
and it just
but it's
doesn't
just
make
what
sense.
it is. I mean, I'm saying it, a lot of people might not see it, but it is very suffocating after a certain point. Interestingly, in South, all the actors have come together and signed a letter which says that actors are not a public property, public figure.
Yeah.
So you cannot photograph an actor just while they're coming out of the airport or whatever. But also you crave it. I mean, you want to be photographed because then you get like sucked in. I mean, I'll be very honest. You get sucked in, then you want to be seen, and then you want to be photographed, then you want to be known, and then you want to be like, you get that camera at the airport, and you're like, hey, how are you? And you want to have the conversation with the paps, and it's like, so you don't know, and you kind of lose the balance. I don't know how many people will admit it who are listening to it, who are actors, that I think at least me, I've lost the balance many times, and I'm sure a lot of people have. And let's be fair that sometimes you just need to like shut it and figure it out how you calm yourself and not go like here or here.
I always tell all my actor friends also, or even somebody who I'm meeting for the first time, I feel the toughest part about being an actor is to balance between fame and privacy. I feel that's the most toughest. Just sab ho jayega.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm not saying that I want to be I want to be famous but not be asked questions and not be photographed. But where do you draw your line? Where do you figure out, okay, this is I'm done, and this is my line, and I will not go beyond. Because you have to respect it for yourself before people will respect it for you. And not very often, you sometimes make mistakes of posting things which are too private, and then you realize that maybe I did go wrong. And I feel for me that's like, then I take like a few days off to figure out my balance. You really need to do that. I need to do that. I don't know about others. But yeah.
Shriya, you have Showtime coming up next, which is
Yeah.
going to be there very soon, and we saw the trailer, we were very excited. Talk to me about that, and of course it's Hotstar, it's Karan Johar, it's an ensemble cast. Damn, how's that going?
It's Hotstar, it's Karan Johar, very exciting. I've always Love the passion Karan Johar shows in his work. And every time I've met him maybe 2-3 times, but he's very warm. Like he's very sweet. I met him once. My dad was in the hospital and he had a knee replacement, and he actually made an effort to ask how's he feeling, how's he doing, and he'll be fine, don't worry, and all of that. I find it really warm. I really love Karan, and I also think he has a great sense of humor. Like once we were in a party and he really can make people laugh. Yeah, he has a great sense of humor. And I was really excited when I got to know that it's the Dramatics who are producing it. Showtime it's about, of course, the glitz and glamour of business. It has many layers to it, and we worked for many days just understanding my character because I wanted it to be me. And so we spoke, and me and Raji, we sat down and spoke, and we would meet for like script reading, but we started talking about how do we bring that character and all of that. It was fun to work with Emraan after such a long time. And funnily enough, my goddaughter and his son, they went to school together, preschool together. So like many years ago, I don't think Emraan remembers this, will remember it, but his son comes running to me saying, Shriya Masi. And he's looking at me like, "Tu Masi kaise ho gayi?"
You'd be like, from where? From Avarapan, I see.
From Avarapan.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, now his son is all grown up, and what a gorgeous looking boy he's become. So it's lovely to like come back and work with him again. He's a very intense actor. He looks, of course, he looks amazing on screen, but he's also like does his homework and he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows his nuances really well. He'll sit and discuss and understand, and he knows the graph really well, fairly well. But what's interesting about him, which very few people know about, is that behind that really I'm a very reclusive, like only come for events when I have to sleep early and healthy man. This is really funny actor. Like he can make you laugh for hours. Like half the time when he's on the set, like at least me, I'm like laughing like a donkey, like literally. I also have a very funny laugh, so then it becomes like hilarious. But then if you have an interesting, like if you have a very intense scene, then he doesn't make you laugh. But normally otherwise, it's just like he's on a roll, like half the time, just like the shit that he talks and the way that he makes you laugh, like it has no logic. Like logic has like zero. Yeah, but he's amazing like that. And I know his wife really well, so she's amazing. The whole family is just beautiful.
It was like a happy reunion coming back.
Yeah.
After so long for
Because when I was doing Avarapan, I hadn't met his wife then because he wasn't married then. And then I got to know her because of my friend. I got to know her more. For all these years, I was more in touch with her. And then again, when we worked together, it's very beautiful. The whole family is just beautiful. And I'm so happy that I've worked with all of them. It's just lovely. And the directors also, Meher, they're really sweet. Archit, full of stories, and they really like let you fly. They don't like try to control you. So you work a lot and you talk a lot about the characters before you go on shooting. But while you're shooting, it's just you fly. You just do what you have to do and what you want to do and how it naturally comes from within. So their way of directing, I felt, was more like we've given you enough. Now it's your time. Enjoy.
Showtime.
Yeah, it's
showtime.
So yeah.
I hope I'm going to get to see you super soon doing a South film as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Soon. Yeah. It's something that I'll start from March. That's all in the wraps, but then I'll start shooting for it in March. Hopefully everything will start now.
all the best, Shriya. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for inviting us to your space and
Thank
making sure that
you.
we get to do this up close and personal.
Thank you.
Lots of love. All the very best as always. And I really hope that you get everything that you wish for. And we come back super soon to chat with you about more projects of yours.
Thank you. It was very kind.